Now we want to install the wheel. You can see that I put the trailer on its side so it's easier to do. Now locate the insert for the wheel right here, and we're just going to insert the axle pin into the insert until we see it click. Once you hear that click, give it a pull to see if it's firm, and you're good to go. This is the wheel guard and brake. We're going to line it up right here, 2 holes on the side of the frame, 2 holes on the side of the wheel guard and brake. We're going to line them up, and it works by pushing this lever, and this acts as a brake, stopping the wheel from moving. To attach it, we have 2 bolts. Let's push them through the side of the frame, these holes. Now we're going to line it up and just turn it by hand. Turn each of the bolts by hand until it's tight. Now we want to install the front wheel. I've tilted back the frame of the trailer so that it's leaning back. It's easier to attach this way. Get your front wheel and make sure you have this axle pin. It has a lever, a washer, and the nut at the very end. Let's unscrew the nut. Okay, now we're going to locate the 2 holes here at the end of this square bar, and we want to line it up with the wheel, like so. Line up the 2 holes. That way we can fit the axle pin through. Once the axle pin is through, we're just going to fasten this nut to the end of the axle pin until it's tight. Now we don't want to go too tight because we'll finish off tightening it by pulling down on this lever, which will lock the axle pin in place. And there should be some resistance here, but not too much. And now the front wheel is firm. Now we want to attach the tow bar to the frame. You can see on the side of the frame there are 2 holes. We want to line it up with the 2 holes on the attachment box right here. Insert one of our bolts, and then the other bolt will be attached to the safety pin here. We want to insert it in the back. And once we've inserted them, we can make sure we attach the safety bin by pressing this all the way to the other side, where it'll latch onto the pin. To finish this off, we'll need a couple tools, our hex key and our 11mm wrench, and our nuts. We can simply screw the nuts onto the back by hand until there's too much resistance. And after we've screwed these nuts on by hand, then we can simply finish it off with the hex key and the wrench. Now we want to make sure that the crossbar here is secure, keeping the frame solid and together. We want to swing it up until we can slide it in here to this plastic connector. There might be a little resistance, but once we get it there, we want to make sure to take this safety pin and thread it through the holes here. Should be all well aligned, otherwise you might need a little resistance, so just make sure it's well aligned and press through. Once it's through, make sure you lock it in place by sliding over the pin at the end. Here you go. Now we want to put the handlebar holders onto the frame. You see we have 2 bolts here. We want to line them with the 2 holes here on the back of the frame. Make sure the hole here at the top is facing upwards. Insert all the way. And now we're going to need these 2 nuts and our 11mm wrench. And we're going to tighten these nuts onto the back of the bolt through the inside of the frame. First, it's easiest to use your fingers just to get the bolt on there. And then finish it off by using the 11mm wrench. To get our flag inserted, just look for the flag port in the side of the frame here and slide it on in, and there you go. We want to make sure to install our safety reflectors. We have 2 clear and 2 red. Here, this is the back of the frame. Locate these 2 metal rings, and that's where we're going to insert our reflector. Make sure the hole is facing up. Line it up with the ring like so, and we'll use our screw to insert into the back through inside the frame.